All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. Today we're going into the world of electric pepper grinders.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, exactly. Specifically, we're looking at this Sweet Alice Gravity electric pepper and salt grinder set. It's pretty popular over on Amazon.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And we've got some excerpts from the product page itself, and then of course tons of customer reviews.
Gotta love those customer reviews. They can be pretty entertaining.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Some of those are wild. But, the goal today is to figure out, is this thing actually worth it?
Right, like is it all hype?
Exactly.
Mm.
Or is it, actually a game changer in the kitchen? And maybe we'll learn something about ourselves as online shoppers along the way, See what those reviews reveal.
Always interesting to see what people prioritize.
Totally. So let's dive into, the Sweet Alice grinder itself. First of all, it's got this automatic gravity operation.
So you just flip it over to grind.
Yeah, exactly. No buttons to press or anything.
Huh, pretty slick.
Yeah, and you can adjust the coarseness of the grind, too.
Oh, that's important. I like a good coarse grind on my pepper.
Me too, me too. And, get this, it even has an LED light.
An LED light. What, for dramatic pepper grinding in the dark?
Uh-huh, maybe. It's more likely so you can see what you're doing, I guess. Yeah, it's all very modern-looking stainless steel design.
Oh, very fancy. So how much does this fancy pepper grinder cost?
Well, it's $23.99 for a set of two.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But, price isn't everything. What are people actually saying about it?
Right, right. So get this, over 34,000 Amazon customers have reviewed it, giving it an average of 4.2 stars.
Wow, that's a lot of reviews.
Yeah, a lot of people are chiming in on this one, and some of them are, let's just say they're pretty enthusiastic, talking about how easy it is to use, especially with one hand, and how it just looks so sleek and stylish in their kitchen.
Okay, so there's definitely some hype. But 34,000 reviews, there are some less than glowing opinions in there too, right?
You're absolutely right. When you get that many reviews, you're bound to get a wider range of experiences. And one thing that keeps popping up is, people are questioning the durability of the grinder.
Yeah. Is it built to last, or is it more of a, disposable kind of gadget?
Right. That's a good question. And then there's the whole salt thing.
The salt thing.
Yeah, some people are complaining about salt clumping up and actually clogging the grinder.
Oh, that's no good. Is that a design flaw, or are people just using the wrong kind of salt?
That's what we need to figure out, right? It could be the humidity, the type of salt, the grinder mechanism itself.
Yeah, lots of possibilities there.
Yeah.
So we've got durability concerns, salt drama,
Yeah.
anything else?
Well, a few people mentioned the battery life. Apparently, the batteries need to be replaced pretty often.
Ugh, that's always annoying.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like right in the middle of cooking and the thing dies.
Exactly. And, all those batteries, not exactly great for the environment.
Right, right. Makes you wonder if a rechargeable option would be better in the long run.
Maybe, but then that usually means a higher price tag.
True, true. It's always a trade-off.
Yeah.
But hey, this thing's Amazon's choice, right? Shouldn't that count for something?
Yeah, that's the other thing. We've got this Amazon's Choice badge staring us in the face. How much weight should we really be giving that?
Yeah, good point. We see that little badge and we automatically think, okay, this must be good.
Exactly. It's like a shortcut, right?
Totally. But is it really an objective recommendation? Or is there, something else going on behind the scenes?
That's what we need to unpack. Okay, so we found some things to think about with this Sweet Alice grinder, but it's still got the Amazon's Choice thing going on.
Right. Like how much do we even trust that little badge?
Exactly. Does it really mean anything?
I think it's easy to kind of underestimate how much that Amazon's Choice thing actually affects us.
Yeah, like psychologically.
Yeah, like we're online, we're bombarded with a million choices, and we want something to tell us what to buy.
A shortcut.
Exactly. And that badge is basically Amazon saying, hey, just buy this one, it's good.
It's like they did all the thinking for us.
Yeah, sort of like having a personal shopper, but for the internet.
Right, right. Makes it easier to just click and buy, especially if you don't really know much about the product or the brand.
Totally. But I think the importance to remember is Amazon's Choice isn't only about how good the product is.
What else goes into it?
Well, the price, for one thing. And if it's available, like if it's in stock, and even how many people are buying it.
Oh, so just because a lot of people are buying it doesn't mean it's like the best quality.
Exactly. It could be flying off the virtual shelves, but that doesn't mean it's the right fit for everyone.
It's kind of like, what's that saying? If everyone jumped off a bridge, would you?
Haha, exactly. We got to think for ourselves, right?
Right. So we've got to be aware of how these algorithms and marketing tricks can affect us, even if we don't realize it.
Yeah, for sure. It's not about, like, rejecting convenience altogether, but we do need to be informed shoppers.
So how can we use all those customer reviews to help us with that? I mean, we can't read all 34,000 of them, right?
Oh, yeah. No way. You don't have to read every single one. The key is to look for patterns, both good and bad.
Okay, so we're looking for those recurring themes, like the durability concerns and the salt clumping we talked about. Those are like red flags.
Right. Those are definitely things to pay attention to. But don't just focus on the negative stuff. You should look for the good stuff, too, the things people consistently praise.
Like maybe the ease of use or how stylish it is.
Yeah, yeah. Those recurring positive comments can help you weigh the pros and cons a bit better.
So it's like we're detectives trying to get the full picture.
Exactly. It's about going beyond just the product photos and the marketing. We're using the reviews to get a more realistic view.
And I guess each review is just one person's opinion, right? What's a deal breaker for one person might not bother someone else.
Totally. Take those, like, really extreme reviews, the super positive ones and the super negative ones, with a grain of salt.
Uh-huh. Or pepper in this case.
Right. It's all about context
Yeah.
and what's important to you as an individual. Someone who grinds pepper once a week probably doesn't care as much about battery life as someone who uses it every day.
That's a good point. So we're being detectives, looking for patterns, thinking about individual needs. What else should we keep in mind when we're, navigating the world of online reviews?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to remember that online reviews are just one piece of the puzzle. They're definitely valuable, but they shouldn't be the only information you use.
Okay, so what else should we be doing?
Don't be afraid to do some of your own research. Look beyond just the Amazon product page.
Like what?
You could look at reviews from different websites, compare prices from different sellers, that kind of thing. You could even watch a video review.
Oh, yeah, video reviews are good. You can actually see how big it is and how it works.
Exactly. The more information you have, the better.
Right. It's about being an informed shopper, not just for pepper grinders, but for anything you buy online.
Exactly. It's about developing those critical thinking skills we can use for any purchase.
So we've tackled Amazon's choice and learned how to really analyze those customer reviews. But now I'm kind of wondering about something bigger here.
No. What's that?
We've been focusing on, how well this grinder works, if it's practical, that kind of thing. But maybe you should zoom out a bit. Why are we so obsessed with kitchen gadgets in the first place?
That is an interesting question. It's not just about convenience, is it?
No, I think it's deeper than that. Why do we need that fancy stand mixer or that high-tech blender?
Yeah, there's something else going on there. We'll dig into that in part 3.
All right, so we've talked a lot about this Sweet Alice grinder, all the features, the reviews, that whole Amazon's choice thing. But now I'm kind of curious about why we even care so much about kitchen gadgets.
Pepper grinders, blenders, all that.
Yeah. What's the deal with that?
Well, part of it is just convenience.
Yeah.
Right?
Making things easier.
Right. We're all busy. We want things to be, fast and easy in the kitchen.
So a gadget that can chop veggies in seconds or brew coffee super fast, that's appealing.
Definitely. Saves time and effort. But I don't think that's all of it, is it?
No, I think there's something about feeling empowered too. If you have the right tools, you can cook anything.
Oh, absolutely. Like that fancy stand mixer or that high-tech blender, it's now I can make anything.
Yeah, it's like a secret weapon or, maybe there's a coolness factor to it too.
Oh, for sure. Some of these gadgets are just beautiful to look at. They add something to your kitchen.
Right, like that sleek espresso machine on the counter, kind of a status symbol.
Yeah, you've really made it. But, there's another side to this too.
What do you mean?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in always wanting the newest thing.
Oh, yeah, upgrading all the time.
Right. And then you end up with that drawer full of gadgets you never use.
Oh my gosh, the gadget graveyard, the spiralizer, the avocado slicer. I've been there.
Uh-huh. We've all been there. It's our impulsive side taking over.
So how do we find that balance between, cool new stuff and not going overboard?
I think it's about being more intentional.
Okay, how?
Before you buy that next gadget, really ask yourself, do I actually need this? Will I actually use it?
Right, right. Not just buying it because it looks cool.
Exactly. And maybe sometimes the best tools are the simple ones.
Like
A
so.
good knife, a cutting board, a cast iron skillet. Those are the classics for a reason.
They last forever.
Exactly. And maybe that's what we should focus on, not rejecting new stuff, but being thoughtful about what we bring into our kitchens.
Really appreciating the tools that actually work for us.
Yeah. And finding joy in, the act of cooking itself.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So I think we started with this pepper grinder, but we really ended up talking about something bigger.
Totally. Our habits as consumers, our relationship with technology, all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And hopefully this got everyone thinking about their own kitchens and, what they really need and use.
Absolutely. And maybe they'll even rediscover the joy of, simple cooking.
That would be awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We'd love to hear your thoughts, too. What are your must-have kitchen tools? What gadgets do you regret buying?
Yeah, share your stories with us on social media.
And until next time, happy cooking.